Before I begin, I want to make a big announcement. The full Igbo calendar is now available for your Apple and Google Calendar. I have created a calendar that tells the 13 moons, 4 market days, and different holidays and correlating rituals across the whole of Igbo land, as well as breakdowns of what they mean and the stories behind them. This is available for all patrons who join our community to support this channel at patreon.com/TheMedicineShell. Once the Ofo has been consecrated in the household, one of its most common uses is an Igo Ofo, the morning manifestation ritual, done by the individual in the household who holds the Ofo for the whole of the household. And by following these 5 steps, you too can perform Igo Ofo in your own home to manifest protection and success in your endeavors. The first step is to cleanse. Before arriving at the home or the room dedicated to the Ofo, the individual will wash their hands, their face, their mouth, and their feet. Some will take it a step further by sprinkling nzu on their feet and dusting their palms with nzu as well, as nzu is a manifestation of Nemi and itself represents purity and cleansing. So in the language of symbols used by our ancestors, this added step communicates purity. Igo Ofo is also performed barefoot, so that there's no separation between the earth and the feet of the individual. But the application of nzu is purely symbolic, and the general point or main purpose of this particular situation is to approach the Ofo clean, in the literal sense. The second step is to bring an offering. An individual will take a seat, or a stool most specifically, and sit down next to the Ofo. But along with that seat, they will often bring a sacrifice, or something as simple as a plate of oji, or morning cola, as well as libations. Offerings can also include a plate of whatever you're getting ready to eat in the beginning of the day. Now, whatever you bring, the first step in eating it is to chew it and then spit it out. Some individuals will spit it out in 4 directions. And this symbolically represents spitting out or casting away any misfortune or bad things that are in wait for your family for the rest of the day. Ikwilin hyojo, do not allow bad things. Or tufiakwan hyojo, I cast away bad things. The spitting in the 4 directions, north, east, south, and west, will also correlate with Ike, Urye, Afo, and Nkwo, which not only means you're casting away things that are coming from those directions, but you're also casting away bad things on all 4 of the market days, Ike, Urye, Afo, and Nkwo. The third step is to do your greetings. I have a video called How Our Ancestors Pray, which breaks down how to do these greetings or introductions before a prayer or before manifestation, and even before breaking a cola and welcoming guests into your home. So if you're interested in that, the link is below. But in short, these greetings are often declarations or acknowledgments of all of the forces present. So if you're bringing oji or cola, as is customary, you may want to acknowledge the spirits of Chukwu, Ana, your ancestors, the spirits either present or in the community, and the 4 market days, Eke, Urye, Afo, and Nkwo. So for example, this is done by saying, Okike no n'eluigwe, oji abiala, ana nne mmadụ na nne mmụọ, oji abiala, ndị iche na ndị mmụọ, ndị mbụ na ndị egede, oji abiala, ekelere m unu, ekelere m ndị eke, ndị orie, ndị afọ, and ndị nkwọ. With the 4 market days, including anything that you may have forgotten, as all things in creation have one of the market days as one of their names, and thus when that name is called, you are calling the name of what is tied to it. So by including all 4, you are mentioning the forces or the ancestors that you may not know by name. An individual who knows their ancestors by name can also greet them specifically. For myself, I would say, Nne Ejike, ekelere m gị, Nne Emenoha, ekelere m gị, Nna Ukwebu, ekelere m gị, Nna Ọfọdụrụ nwa, ana m ekele gị, Nna Akaweze, ekelere m gị, Oji abiala. In all forms of ancestral prayer and manifestation, it's very important to know your ancestors by name and understand their story, personalities, and general conduct. For those who do not know their ancestors by name, using Eke, Urye, Afo, and Nkwo will cover all of them. Another important detail to remember is that unlike the ancestral altar, the Ofo specifically speaks Igbo. So a proper greeting or particular ceremony is best performed using the Igbo language. Whereas with an ancestral altar, this is different because you will use the language that your ancestors understand. After your greetings are done, 4th step is to do declarations. The declarations are a list of things that you will declare that prove you have not desecrated the Ofo or violated its principles. When your greetings are done, the Ofo holder then affirms their worthiness to hold the Ofo by listing a set of virtues that they have not violated. Now, most often these are: I have not taken what does not belong to me. I have not wished ill on another. I have not harmed another. I have not told a lie. I have not coveted the wives of others. I have not spoken evil. I have not caused bloodshed. I have not associated with those committing evil. I have not brought abominations to the land. Now, I've developed a full list in the Igbo and English language in the Ofo folder for my patrons. So if you are a patron at patreon.com/TheMedicineShell, go to the Ofo folder and there will be a full list of declarations for Igo Ofo in both English and Igbo. Now, these declarations can be as extensive as the individual holder believes they should be, or even more brief than the example I gave. It is important to remember that the steps I am giving are general steps or general guides, and much of what will be done in between will be customized to the situation and the individual. Each Ofo will have its own specific principles, with the ones I listed being general or universal for the most part. And as you grow to understand yourself and understand your Ofo, you will know which principles to declare your alignment with. Now, oftentimes, if you are given an Ofo or you receive an Ofo and you commit a wrong or you commit something that your conscience speaks against, and then there are consequences outside of your control, such as misfortune, bad things happening to the family, so forth. This can often be a clue as to what the principle of that particular Ofo is. So, for example, if you open a business, everything you do or everything you bring into creation comes with its own Ofo. Now, there will be certain practices that you may commit that will immediately lead to misfortune for you. Very often, your chi will tell you that this thing is wrong before you do it. Now, once you have encountered that punishment or the ogun of that Ofo, you can then add the negation of that action into your list of principles, such as I have not overcharged people, which is something that Dibias often use in their practice, or I have not used my business or authority to harm others. I, for example, was under some financial pressure to take on another endeavor outside of this channel. So when I went to go do that thing, I immediately got coronavirus. So I've added, I will not veer from the path my chi prepared, or I have not veered from the path my chi prepared in my own declarations. Now, as an added step, immediately after doing your declaration, individuals will then do negations or manifest a back to sender energy by saying things such as, let those who are planning for my death fall in their grave. Let those who are hoping for my failure fall first. Let those who are speaking against me bite their tongue, and so forth, followed by a set of positive affirmations. This household will grow. This household will prosper. This household will be protected. This household will flourish. What our hearts desire will come to life. What our hands touch will prosper and multiply. And then making these affirmations law by saying, Ejim Ofo n'ogun ekwu ya, and n'ọkọ ga-adị n'eke, n'ọkọ ga-adị n'orie, n'ọkọ ga-adị n'afọ, n'ọkọ ga-adị na nkwọ. The final step is striking the Ofo on the ground and saying the words Ofo. Now, it is important to remember that there is a stationary and a mobile Ofo, and it is the handheld mobile Ofo that you will be striking towards the ground, though you can also use the stationary one for particularly serious events. Use of the word Ofo also correlates with the word Ise and serves as a means of sending what has been said into the universe. From there, the day begins. The family goes about its business, knowing that they are protected by the Ofo of their lineage and the Ogumma created by just and truthful behavior.